Hey guys, and welcome back. Today is gonna be about reciprocity. You know, it's a social norm that when you're nice to somebody, that somebody should be nice to you. And when you give something to somebody, then he should reciprocate with something else of the same value. But this is sometimes very tricky because we will oftentimes give something that we want, but the other person isn't very comfortable to give something similar back. For example, let's say you offer a person understanding. Okay, you listen to him and you're very kind to him and so on, but let's say he's not a very tolerant person and he will maybe be very able to perform services for you, but he won't be the listening type like you are. And when he reciprocates, you wouldn't want him to do any kind of service for you. You would just want him to be reasonable and to listen back to you. I heard today a thing about reciprocity, but not in the sense of I wash you and you wash me. More in the sense of I help you and you help another person. And that opens up the possibility of any of the other persons who are around me helping myself. For example, I help you with a thing you're interested in, and you don't necessarily help me back. You go and help another person with something he needs. For example, I help you with learning for a math paper, and in turn you help an old lady cross the street. Or you help, I don't know, somebody with carrying his bags, okay? Now, this opens up the possibility that someone else, not you, will do a random act of kindness for me when I am in need. That's called general reciprocity. You know, it's not specific reciprocity, as in the case where I help you and you have to reciprocate to me. No. I help you and you give to any number of other people, including or not including myself. This is mainly how the universe operates. This is the principle of paying it forward. What happens when you do this is that value multiplies, and each of us helps other persons according to our excesses. For example, let's say a person has an excess of money while another person has an excess of empathy. Okay, maybe I'm in the position of having more money than I need, and a friend of mine is in the position of having less money than he needs, but he has more empathy than he needs. So let's say I buy a meal for him, while he in turn helps another friend of ours by listening to him because he's having a pretty rough time. And now let's say that third friend that the second friend helped by listening to him will in turn, I don't know, be a very sociable person, be a very outgoing person, and because he now has the mental state to go out, will facilitate for me gatherings in large groups of interesting people where I will meet future contacts to further my business. And in this way, I help the second friend, and the second friend helps the third friend, which the third friend, having received absolutely no direct help from me, helps me further my own cause. You know, this is a short causal chain, but think of this at a larger scale. Think of this on a universal scale. You help whoever you wish in whatever way you wish, and in turn that person you helped helps whoever he wishes in whatever way he wishes, and so on and so forth. You generate a ripple effect, and once that ripple, you know, goes outward and outward and outward, it reaches so many people that someday it will come back to you. It will not necessarily be the direct effect that I gave you something and you give me something back. It will be the ripple effect of compounded help that reaches you back. If you didn't see the movie Pay It Forward, then by all means go and watch it. It's just a gem. Basically, it's a social experiment from a sociology class that generated this butterfly effect, that generated this ripple effect, and it details how this principle works, the principle of pay it forward. And I encourage you strongly to contribute to the lives of others in whatever way you deem possible. And sometimes the best way to contribute to someone else's life is to take care of yourself. Yes, you've heard me. This means be selfish. This really means be selfish, because if you don't take care of yourself, you will absolutely need other persons to take care of you. Now, taking care of yourself means in every domain of your life. I don't care if you're a very empathetic person and if you have no trouble maintaining a positive attitude. You cannot always depend on others, let's say for money. You cannot always depend on others for love. You cannot always depend on others for whatever it is you wish. You have to take care of all the things you as a person need. You are a multi-dimensional system. You require friends, you require fun, you require money, you require romance, you require all sorts of stuff. And you absolutely have to be able to go out into the world, be assertive, and get all of those for yourself. So in this way, you don't burden others with responsibility for what you're feeling. If you manage to go and get whatever it is you want for yourself, then you have freedom. You know, when you have enough understanding for yourself, you don't need other persons to be understanding with you. When you're very self-assured, you don't need self-assurance or praise from other persons. When you have more than enough money from yourself, you don't need to ask relatives or friends to lend you money or to buy you a meal, because you can do that for yourself and you can do that for others. And whatever domain you are good at providing for yourself, you can also begin to provide for others, because mainly we will be very able to provide for ourselves in some areas, but we will consequently be very unable to provide in other areas. Most of us struggle financially. That's okay. But what's not okay is not trying to become better at this. But let's say you have an excess of something else. Let's say you're a very fun person. Well, you can better yourself financially by becoming of aid to other persons who are in need of fun. You can offer them fun and they can offer you money in return. And in this way, you help both. Because if they have money, they can give it to you. And if you have fun, you can give it to them. And in this way, both benefit. They have an excess of money and you have an excess of fun, and the list can go on. You can be good at any number of things, and you can offer those things you are good at to the public for whatever other resource you so require. Okay? Now, when you develop your qualities and when you market those qualities, it's okay to receive compensation from the world. You don't necessarily have to receive compensation from the persons you are giving those qualities to, even though that's a nice added bonus. But you have to be willing to open your arms and to receive the gifts the universe has for you, because as you contribute, so shall you receive. If you don't contribute to anybody, and if you're always asking other people to take care of you, then I'm sorry, you provide no value. But if you are contributing in some way to the lives of other people, then you indeed are worthy of receiving from the universe whatever it is you so require. So develop your qualities, pay them forward. Don't necessarily expect the people you give to reciprocate, even though that is an added bonus. but be open to receive from the universe, because it really is abundant and it really is plentiful, and it really does love you and wants you to have anything you so desire. So open up, pay it forward, and I'll see you again next time.